What's good, y'all? It's your boy New 3068, and it's the second upload today. Two uploads in a row today. And if you haven't seen my last video, I uploaded a breakdown and a rant and a review of It, Welcome to Derry, and that show's really good, and highly recommend you go watch it. But today, we're gonna do a second review. It's gonna be a review day today, and I'm gonna be reviewing VHS Halloween. First off, I want to say, congrats to whoever, congrats to all the directors. Props to all the directors, and props to all the costume designers, props to all the VFX guys and everyone, because this movie has some wild effects, has some pretty gory, really detailed effects, and all I can say about this movie, it says really gory. This one, I guess kind of has a plot. By the end of the movie, it all correlates into like a storyline, I'm guessing. I'm still confused about the ending, but anyways, this movie was really something. I think it's the 7th movie in the VHS series, and I don't know what to say about it. I mean, just thinking back to the tapes I watched from that movie is just traumatizing, because there was a lot of gore in this, and there was a lot of kids getting killed in like really brutal ways. They do not hold back on this at all. The worst ones being Kid Print, and I forgot what the other one was called. I forgot the last tape, but it was haunted house orientated, where this guy and his son do this Halloween haunted house every year, and it ends up getting old over the years, and the neighbors end up getting tired of it, until one night he buys this record player that apparently releases all the evil spirits and stuff, and makes the haunted house real. But yeah, that one and Kid Print, in my opinion, had to be the worst tapes. Mostly because of how the kids reacted to certain situations and how they got killed. I mean, I'm a real softie to kids getting hurt in horror movies or in any movie in general, so that really gets me. I did not expect this movie to go there, but they go there. They really do go there, especially by the end. Because as you're getting to as the end credits roll, you've already seen, the what the fuck moment. Like, they really went there. And, you're just gonna be like, what the fuck did I just watch? But this movie was really good. The editing was nice. The effects were good. The acting at times could have been wonky and a little bit cringe, but most of the time good. I did like the scientist bit where after each tape ends, we cut back to him doing his experiments with people who drink this like haunted soda that he's testing out, and they end up dying in like really brutal ways by these haunted drinks or whatever. And you're gonna see that after every tape ends. So in my opinion, it's just like non-stop gore after non-stop gore. Pretty much, you're just gonna see death in every tape, death at every corner. It's just death. But anyways, getting back to the review, it's I mean, the first tape is disgusting, to say the least. It involves milk. That's all I'm gonna say. The second tape was alright. It was the least interesting out of all of them, in my opinion. Where this guy and his friends on Halloween night went to this abandoned place, and this abandoned place had like some sort of demonic writing on the wall, and the guy read it, and all his friends died in a mysterious way with all their eyes plucked out. And the police ends up believing that he himself did not do this, so they end up taking him back to the scene of the crime. And it's really dumb because he makes him do this ritual again, and you know, the cops and the law enforcement ends up finding out what killed his friends that night, and they end up paying for it. All needless to say, it was the least interesting, and it was the dumbest out of all of them. And this movie has some pretty dumb moments, but oh my god, that those detectives were just, I don't know what they were thinking. Anyways, I mean, that tape isn't that interesting. It was my least favorite. But then we get a Fun Size, and Fun Size was just goofy and fun and just a straight up fun ride. Me and my wife were just laughing throughout that tape, especially when the guy kept on calling his fiance instead of her actual name, which is pretty goofy. But yeah, that one was fun. You know, the VHS series has some pretty dark and some pretty weird VHS shorts, which is, you know, accumulation of different directors and writers coming in and just putting their short stories in there, which I think is really, really cool and creative and artistic. And I hope they keep doing this series because, wow, the shock value in this is crazy, and it highlights some real life situations. You know, for example, Kid Print, what is about a kid killer who, you know, well, it's about a person going around killing kids, and as the tape goes on, you get closer to finding out who it is and what it is. And yeah, I mean, it's just a pretty traumatic and dark story, and I think it was told in a really brutal way, especially since they do show certain stuff that I can't show or can't get into, but it involves torture, and it involves some young teens. You know, we don't exactly see the kids getting you know, we don't exactly see the kids getting hurt, except for the last tape, but we'll get into that in a bit. But what you do see is kids crying. The kids acting is really, really good, which really got me. It actually sounded like children actually crying and suffering and being scared, you know. And yeah, you end up finding who the killer is. My bad. You end up finding out who the killer is, and you know, yeah, you end up finding who the killer is, and then the story goes on from there. I'm not gonna spoil it, but it's a pretty dark one that I had to kind of walk away a little bit because it was getting a little bit too much with all the screams and the cries on the audio. This is a creepy tape. Now for the last one, I thought it was going pretty comedic. I thought it was going pretty, you know, in that route of horror comedy. And I'm talking about the haunted house tape. That tape, me and my wife were enjoying it, you know, especially because of the dad and the son's relationship. I mean, the dad was annoying, but you know, we just liked seeing how the story was unfolding, you know, waiting to see what would happen. And it was getting a little bit boring in the middle of it, you know, especially when they were at the haunted house and it looked like shit. And, you know, it didn't look like much until my bad. Shit went from 0 to 100 real quick. And I'm talking about real quick. They show kids with their fingers being bitten off by a witch, boiled alive in a pot, in a big ass pot. And then we see a kid get impaled by a witch broom and just get his guts pulled out. Yeah, stuff like that. I don't know why I just mentioned that. I didn't mean to traumatize you or spoil that, but yes, you're gonna see that. And that's for the last tape. So if you don't want to see anything like that, don't go watch it. But yeah, this has to be the worst one next to VHS 2. As in worst one, I mean like as in terms of scary and gore. This has to be like the most extreme. So I'm gonna give it 8 out of 10, solid. And yeah, that's my review. Just talking about these tapes is just making me feel weird again. So I'm gonna just end the video there, but enjoy the second upload today, guys. All right, I'm out. Deuces. What's good, y'all? I just popped in here to say please like, comment, and subscribe, and let me know what y'all want to see in the next video. And if y'all don't do that, I'm gonna come to your house, eat all your food, and shit on your floor.